Hi, I'm Dr. Varudhini Kankipati, a counselling psychologist, and welcome. There is one thing that I have noticed in my practice when I'm dealing with couples. I want to kind of spend a little bit of time talking about when couples sometimes have decided to separate and not divorced. And there's a lot of misconstrued ideas about separation, divorce, and marriage in India. So first of all, we know marriage is a very hard relationship. And the thing that really we need to understand is marriage is something that you're constantly working on. And it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of time and sweat and money and energy and a lot of crying and laughing and more. And sometimes the relationships don't function to the ability that the couple can be together. So divorce rates in India are still predominantly very, very low compared to the world divorce rate. But that is a misgiving, because in India, divorce is seen as a taboo. The number of divorce cases over the last 2 years has increased a little bit, but by and large, the divorce rate in India is still less than 1%. But that divorce rate is not an indication that most Indian families or couples are living in happy marriages. What is very high amongst Indian society, if a marriage isn't working, is separation. And separation, unlike in other societies like West, where separation is a duration of time where a couple use to evaluate whether they can be together or it's better to go their different paths and go for a divorce. In India, separation is used as a tool or a way to kind of be in a society marriage but not divorced. And that comes with a lot of misgivings. So that is seen more acceptable than a divorce. And it's sad, but that's the truth of what we live, a society that we're living in. And predominantly couples who choose to live separated do that with fundamental idea that they want to keep a family intact. They're doing it for their children. So one, they want to give a resemblance of normalcy of a family to their children. Two, maybe financial requirement requires them to be together, not divorced legally, but to be separated. Three, the disapproval that they will have with their individual families that they feel like they cannot live with. And four is if they feel that under the circumstances for their whole emotional well-being, it's better not to be divorced but just be separated. And what do I mean by separated? I have noticed that some couples choose to be living under the same roof but in two separate rooms. They don't sleep together. Sometimes the separation is that they do live in two separate households, and but for society's sake they're married. And sometimes this happens a lot. Within the house, within the same bedroom, they live and they do sleep on the same bed, but for all intents and purposes, they are not functioning as a couple, but as family. So when you choose to change the role of the marriage to one of it being for family only, then we can understand why they've decided to be separate. And that has advantages, but it also has disadvantages. And for some couples, it works, and they can make it work to be together. I've heard a lot of couples tell me that, oh, we're doing this till the kids are married and they're settled, and then, my partner can do what they want and I'll do what I want. But for now, it's better to do this. I can't live with the thought of divorce right now. And that's fine. It's what works for the couple. But you need to please remember that if you are going or you're thinking about that, you still need to look at your emotional well-being. Is your mental health okay? Are you able to do this in a functional way? So for some couples, it doesn't work. They know that going in thinking that they'll be separated and keep it going, that it's very, very hard to give this pretense of keeping normalcy when they themselves are struggling to disassociate in the marriage and be individuals living under the same roof. That's very, very hard. And then they realize they can't do it and that they want to go ahead with the divorce. But I guess why I wanted to do this video was to tell you that there is no clear cut, you need to do this to be mentally healthy. Especially in a marriage, you both need to understand what is best for you, and you might think that, okay, let's not get divorced, or we can't work on the marriage, we aren't able to get it to a healthy place, but we can be separated. So I'm not advocating, nor am I saying it is bad, but I am trying to help people who are deciding to go that route, or deciding, or if they're in it, that it's not an easy place to be. I totally see that. I can empathize with you on that. But always remember that at the end, you need to see what's working for you. And if you think it's for the well-being of your children, please remember that children want to see you happy and content. And that is when they will thrive and understand how to live their life in a healthy manner as well. So thank you for being with me right now. If you did like this and you have so many more thoughts on this, please do comment below. I'd love to hear from you. So if you like this, please do like, share, and subscribe, and take care, guys. Thank you.